Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you might find yourself in. And as always, we have our piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 4 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below, along with the cards that I'm using. If you'd like a private reading with me, there's information in the description box below also, where you can book that there. And there's links to my TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of that, where I'm sharing other content as well throughout the week, so you might like to check that out as well. I'll leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading if you've chosen this beautiful crochet rose. This rose was actually made by my beautiful friend Jackie, and I'll put a link in the description box below with her other creations because she does make some beautiful little crochet things. And yeah, this one, she was just making it and she said she couldn't stop thinking of me while she did, and that's so sweet. And she thought that it was beautiful yellow color representing the solar plexus and linked to Leo. We're both Leos. And I also like to bring the message in of weaving something carefully over time with diligence and practice, and one thread after another. Eventually you create this beautiful masterpiece, and I think that's the message of this rose for this reading here. Is slowly, patiently, lovingly devote yourself to something, to yourself perhaps. So this is a really beautiful reading. The first oracle card that came out with the rose was so perfect as well because it's soft and it's yellow. It's literally soft, and it's about softness and receptivity and just letting the way forward ease. So let's jump into the past energy, group 1. A beautiful energy in the past, actually quite a split. We've got this the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles, the Devil and the Tower, and they came out very separately in such a way. And what that tells me is there's been a big change in the maybe recent past, where you have decided to absolutely choose a different way of living, way of being. This may have meant leaving behind connections or a connection or a home or anything at all. Like, you've left something behind and you're ready to nurture yourself and to choose healthy choices, to choose better choices, to listen to the guidance, to really hear the calling and expand your life, expand your health, expand your wellness in all areas. So the Devil could be addictions, it could be toxic relationships, or even toxic behavioral patterns of your own beliefs. You're obliterating them with the Tower. It just doesn't belong where you're headed, and you're ready for a glow up, you're ready for leveling up. So the past energy is quite beautiful. These are the first two to come out, and it just shows that you've been prioritizing self-care. Maybe you've even started a new job, or you've been working on your budget. You've been just really paying attention, connected and ready. You know very clearly what doesn't belong, even if there is confusion surrounding the severance of that. And still trying to make sense of such things. We'll get to that as well, but you're doing great. So let's look at the week ahead for you. First up, we have the Sun. So maybe you're getting out into nature a little bit more with this beautiful card, but it's also that card of promise of growth and optimism. Like, things are finally looking up. That's how it feels. Things are going to be looking up from here. So we've got the Knight of Wands as well, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Wands. So this is saying that you have got some really divine ideas coming through, inspired ideas, maybe plans to travel, plans to take holidays, plans to change your lifestyle and get out more, and just it really is coming up sort of energy. But some of these plans are going to take some time, and part of your becoming is going to take some time, just like, and just being called back to that beautiful rose now, the crochet rose. And I don't know how long it took Jackie to make this, but I've never crocheted anything in my life. I'm pretty sure it would take a long time, looking at all the ways each thread just goes over another thread, and it's amazing to me. I think it's brilliant. And that's your becoming. It's a process, it's a piece of art, and it's going to take time. But the King of Wands here shows that you're ready to chart new waters. This person's even got a map, and he's consulting his pussycat there, like, where should we go next? I like that. So you might have someone special you're traveling with or journeying with, but either way, you're ready to go and level up. This could also be pertaining to study as well. You might be starting a new course, or really quite deep already in a course that's going to take some time to complete, maybe even a couple of years. Seven of Pentacles, Three of Wands is an investment energy, and it's a timing card. This to say that you're waiting still for the results to show of all of your changes and hard work, and they will trickle in. Blessings will trickle in. It's time to just soften and trust. Another beautiful oracle card you have here is to trust, and it really matches in with this soft card, because that's exactly what the softness is asking you to do as well. Just to relax, receive, believe, trust that everything is going to be working out so much better. Even when things seem like, you know, a bit confusing, or you're unsure of how it's going to work out, or, you know, if certain things will come to pass that you're hoping for, and you're just being asked to trust. So in the challenge, fair enough, we've got the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Swords. So I think you're doing a great deal of work here about trying to just unravel and untangle all of the thought pathways and behaviors and situations and memories and just sort of everything. I think you're still really trying to move through this, and I think this could also be helpful to speak to somebody, a professional, to help unravel some of the circumstances if you feel like that would be beneficial, or something. Maybe you've never tried that before, to actually go and speak to a counselor or a therapist or somebody who can help make sense of what's happened and help you identify, so that maybe you can not repeat the same patterns in future connections or in your own life here. So I do feel the challenge is the letting go and the making sense, because I think in retrospect, sometimes you might get quite upset or quite even angry at times, and then there might be times when you're acceptance and feeling peace, and so there's a bit of a process to move through emotionally and mentally, and a lot of self-inquiry here with this Knight of Swords. I'm really feeling like it also, the Knight of Swords is to say that the challenge might be that you want to get out of this energy quickly, and it's going to take some time to heal. It's going to take some time, and that might be what is part of the challenge here as well. But just letting go in general, I think, just like coming into this new energy, letting go of old habits and things that keep you stuck. It's all little choices you might make, that you like, little subtle choices which you're becoming aware of with the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles in your past energy. That's a energy of ready to take up a new growth, new challenge, and really honor and love and respect your body, your mind, your spirit. So what will help here in with the challenge? We've got the Six of Cups, the Lovers, the Magician. So family, children, if you're a parent, just being there with your children, connecting deeper with your children could be really a beautiful time for that, or connecting with past loved ones from the past, I mean to say, or even past loved ones if you've got that mediumship and you connect with that special soul that's on the other side. And many of us do have that guidance and have that connection. But this Six of Cups is also to speak to family and friends and dear soulmates, or even just getting back in touch with your own inner child and having a bit more creativity and play and softness. The Magician and the Lovers here as well, it's like a devotion to honor that child inside of yourself, perhaps, or really you're ready to step into your power. Like, it's the absolute opposite of this energy, right? The Eight of Swords. The Six of Swords is what is required. And the Eight of Cups as well, the complete opposite of this energy. This is moving away from something that's just doesn't work. You may have tried really hard to make it work, but it's not. There's nothing left for you to do there. So this is a time to come into play, come into a bit of a reset perhaps as well. You can see that in your reading quite a bit of a reset happening for you that you can give to yourself, and step into your power. Practice your crafts. If you're studying, then put in the hours to practice your modality or whatever it is you're learning. If you're a writer, write. If you're a painter, paint. It's that sort of thing, to get creative and love what you're doing and make really, really healthy choices that stay in your power. It's absolutely possible, because the past energy is the Tower and the Devil. You've absolutely obliterated. You've pulled cords, you've cut cords, you've done rituals, perhaps you've done what's needed. And it might be hard, and it might continue to be hard. There might be temptation that pops up, but you have got what it takes because you have such a clear vision. Sun and the King of Wands, you really do know. So further guidance here, we've got the Four of Wands. the Knight of Cups reversed and the Ten of Swords. So I think the message here is quite clear of choosing your friends, choosing the people you spend time with quite carefully. Ten of Swords, Knight of Cups reversed is somebody who maybe you're leaving behind a relationship that just never took off the ground properly, or it just, the person didn't quite come forward in a way that was grounded and secure for you, for a connection to actually prosper. And with the Four of Wands there, this is saying get back into your community, get back into connecting with your friends, maybe catch up with friends if you haven't seen them in a while. Six of Cups is there. That can be reunions with special people, people you feel that are your part of your soul tribe. If you're lacking connection, then perhaps it's time to put yourself out there a little bit with the Four of Wands. Go join a community group of some kind that resonates with your soul, whether it's just a group circle that shares, or a creative group, a paint group, like anything at all, a men's shed, like if you're a man, anything at all. Just connect and get out there and create new things and celebrate and have fun. Like go to that festival, you know, go to that fete or that occasion with the balloons and the tables there ready for people to arrive. Go to that occasion. And you know, I think, what was I going to say here? I think there's certain occasions to not go to, I would say, with that other energy there. So in the outcome for this reading in the tarot, maybe we'll just look at this first, actually. Just see the underlying energy, and I always like to look at one and then I can't help myself but go a little further. But anyway, the Page of Cups. So this is exactly what I was talking about before, about getting a bit creative with what you're doing. Six of Cups, like enjoying your youth, enjoying your art, enjoying poetry, enjoying your soul expression, a bit of dream, but also tangible action required. The Hermit is below that, and so is the Star, which I think we'll sort of stop with. Yeah, it's all there. It's always all there. The Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands. So it could be as well for some that you've really, you might have struggled with some financial situation here, where you might have lost some money or invested in something, or perhaps wasted money in a certain area even, and you're getting on top of that though. With the Eight of Pentacles next, you're becoming self-aware of your own tendency to sabotage in certain areas, or just you want to be better for you, I think, and that's happening. The Star, the Hermit, and the Page of Cups. So that's that, taking a bit of time out for yourself to just go and get creative, go spend a bit of time in nature, go for that daily walk, go spend a bit of time in your art area or your creative space, learning the things that inspire you with the Star card and getting astrology, or practicing those sorts of things if that's what you're into. But just rejuvenating and just realigning and clearing your energy, and just, it takes time, but it's a beautiful process too. So it's not like something to, you know, sometimes when we've got a mountain in front of us to climb, it's exactly like that, like a mountain, but this is like a beautiful walk. It's not like a mountain anymore for you, I don't feel anyway. I feel like maybe once upon a time you might have felt like this part look like that from a different vantage point, but right now, yeah, it's a little different. So in the outcome for the tarot, we've got the High Priestess, the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. So I think this is also about trusting your intuition here, and realizing that perhaps for some of you, not everyone, there's a distinct message that you've actually had, perhaps a psychic reading or your own vision in the past, and of things that have come to pass here, and they certainly have. And so now I think you're at this understanding that there was a certain message you were given, and some of you might not have trusted or listened to that message, but you know, it was a message, and now you see that, I think. And so I think starting to trust your own messages a little bit more. Some of you might be readers as well, or really, like, for a lot of people in this group might be healers or readers, and you might be stepping deeper into that work. Maybe you're just starting out a business in that sort of industry, or maybe you're looking to expand, or maybe you've learned a new service to add to your business, or something like this is definitely possible here. But either way, there's an abundance of life. abundance of finance and abundance of health here as well. This is about long-term success, all of this. So it's like you're really listening to the guided message here. You're listening to the sacred symbols of life and letting them guide you. You've got this beautiful trust and this beautiful groundedness and really looking after yourself. I think you're I already kind of get the feeling that a lot of people in this group take care of your appearance, and how you take care of yourself means a lot to you. I do feel that for a lot of people here, and there's an even more beautiful glow up happening with the Queen of Pentacles, and perhaps even the purchase of a home, or a really large purchase that supports your business, or something very successful in your outcome energy. 10 and Queen of Pentacles, like you've got it, like from the Ace of Pentacles at the start of your reading. God, it's hard to pick them up sometimes. From that Ace to the 10 and Queen, right? It's perfect. And with this Empress, it's like it shows the fertility that you have inside of you and all around you. Obviously not just in regards to making babies, this fertility in all other senses of the word. And I think that you're starting to recognize that inside of yourself and really nurture it, and that's what gets you to this outcome. Another beautiful oracle for this reading is listen to advice. Guidance is needed to cross the ocean of life. And I think that's about trusting that guidance, again, that comes in for you. Trust. But also any other guidance that you feel comes through from maybe these readings or just life in general. I think you're somebody who is connected and listens to the symbols of life and the signs, the synchronicities speak to you. Listen to them, trust them. And I think there's something here about doubting something in the past, or your connection, or the message, because maybe it didn't fit what you'd wanted the outcome to be, or how things you hoped they would go. So there was doubt there, but now you've come to learn to trust that on an even deeper level, and that in itself is so special. It really is. It's something you'll take with you to navigate your whole path coming forward with so much more confidence in self, and just trust in self and love for self. So it's that you're really becoming, I was going to say coming into a beautiful place, but it's more of a becoming. So you've got start saving in your self-love prompts here. Having some savings behind you will make you feel more at ease. Avoid toxic people. Hang out with people that uplift your spirit. And that's kind of this whole message here. Like, you're leaving behind people that maybe there's certain people that use too many drugs or drink, or just do things that don't really agree with where you're headed. Maybe you used to enjoy that stuff, but not anymore. You want to find more like-minded individuals. So avoid toxic people and toxic substances, I can see that. We've also got hydrate. I love this. Actually came out in a private reading the other day together, and I thought that was really cool, because it's exactly that. It's like, choose your people. It doesn't literally have to mean hydrate. Like it when it comes out like that, it's very clear that there's potentially really nice people around you, or the potential to connect with beautiful people, but you need to create space, and also connect in with your self-worth too. I think if you are still hanging out with these people, it's a matter of learning that you do maybe deserve better, or to connect with people that are more like-minded would be better. And hydrate. The literal message of hydrate too. Get some water into you or a bit of tea. So with that toxicity and hydrate, we've got bad habits. Kill a bad habit. Anything at all, drinking, overeating, smoking, anything at all, screen time, like, you know what it is that holds you back. You've already dealt with some stuff. Can see that. Drop the excuses. You'll start seeing the results. Own your power here with the solar plexus, which is actually perfect, because Jackie did say she felt like this was very solar plexus. Of course, it's yellow. And it reminded her of that. And she also felt like it was to do with the creation of wealth. Yeah, so that's a little message as well, and which makes perfect sense considering we're starting with obliterating something and sort of starting again in a sense. It's going to take your investment and time, crochet, and then the 10 and Queen of Pentacles at the end, like it, perfect. And then we have set boundaries as well. Set boundaries even on yourself, I'm hearing with that one, your own boundaries on you and little things you might want to do, but maybe better to just set a little boundary there. I think that's all I have here, group one. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. It's been fun and so much more uplifting than I think maybe recent weeks, if I can remember what group one is ever about by the time I get through them. Anyway, I'll leave it there for you beautiful people. I hope you've enjoyed this message, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, Group 1. Hey, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful lapidolite heart, then this one is for you. And so the lapidolite heart is all about coming through a transition in life and coming out of a time of perhaps stress or depression, and becoming aware of the goodness in life again, and just moving through that transition to release stress and heal and just become more aware of emotional balance and your own emotions and things like that. So this is a really interesting reading, Group 2, where I don't know if I want to do like spoiler alert, and just because it's so interesting. Like, it does look like you're moving through something pretty challenging at the moment, but it gets better, so we'll get there. So hang in there, okay, Group 2. Starting with the underlying energy, didn't expect to, but it wants to be spoken about. The Five of Swords, underneath that is actually the Death card too. So that's exactly like lapidolite heart, 100%. You're moving through this transition. God, Jackson chooses a good crystal, doesn't he? Oh, love it. So you're moving through this transition and you're leaving something behind. You may have to cut your losses here. This Five of Swords is an empty victory. It's like having to leave with little closure or a lack of answers. It's just having to just leave the battlefield, give up, no more, that sort of thing. Walk away. But let's jump into the past energy for you, where it's at. We've got the Seven of Cups and the Four of Swords, the King of Swords, the Five of Cups. So I feel like for a while now with this whole combination here of just these two, perhaps for a while now, I feel like you've been quite lost. Maybe it's to do with a relationship or a situation, or just, it could be any part of life, but you're feeling like quite lost in an area, or maybe all areas, and uncertain who to trust or where to turn. So you've just been perhaps licking your wounds and taking care of yourself as best you can. But I think in the past energy, I do feel like you haven't perhaps been taking care of yourself as best you can, and just sort of succumbing to the heaviness of it a little bit, trying to get more rest, just trying to withdraw from cold people perhaps. King of Swords, I feel like, is an external energy to you and yours. I'll read it in both ways. There may have been someone you've dealt with that's sort of drawn a line in the sand, and perhaps they've for some people, they may have left a relationship with you and you're feeling left in the cold and abandoned by this person. Or they could have just been very cold to you, and so you've had to withdraw from the situation because you don't like the way that you've been treated or the way things have unfolded here. For some of you, I do feel like you've definitely lost a bit of money in this situation as well with the Five of Pentacles, or you just feel like your financial situation is taking a hit based on maybe many other factors. It could have to do with this situation or other situations. It's just that things are not as good as they could be in a few areas here. You might be feeling very tired, and it could also be causing sickness or pain in the body. I'm feeling like a need to stretch. I feel a bit tense in my body at this moment, just in my back, sort of needing a good yoga session. Maybe a daily yoga session would be beautiful for you, just to clear your body and activate those muscles. But also taking a daily walk to clear some of the heaviness that you are carrying is a really solid advice for you at this time, and I really feel like you should take that advice and just do the walk. Even if that's something that seems pointless, it's not. Do the walk. Do it. You'll feel better for it. So this is the past energy. Let's move into the path ahead, where you're still feeling this sense of confusion, like trying to make sense of what has happened. Perhaps maybe you're trying to, like, part of you wants to justify the situation and sort of maybe even come up with excuses for the situation, but I think you're just pulled between your head and your heart, and so there's a bit of a battle inside where you're just still unsure of everything. Seven of Cups is there. You feel like you wish you had more information than you do, just about your own self, your own destiny, your own path, but also perhaps regarding to a person as well. So in the week ahead, you are still carrying this a little bit. Stick with me though. This reading does get better. I promise you, it does. It's just right now, this is where it's at. And so you may be feeling very heavy at the time of this reading. Perhaps this reading came online and you clicked it so fast because you need something right now. That's kind of how it feels. Or other of you may be just so bogged down in what you're going through, it's hard to receive guidance. But you are still carrying it as you progress into the week. But the Queen of Swords shows up maybe in 3 days from now. But this could be an external person to you, yourself, and or both. So I do feel like this could be a professional that you speak to, whether it's a legal professional or a mental health professional, a counselor, a therapist, a doctor, whatever it is you need. I feel like it would be a really good idea to engage with somebody who's experienced in what you're dealing with, where maybe you're dealing with addiction, or maybe you're dealing with some sort of toxic behavior cycle. Or maybe as well, what else could it be here? I'm just sort of looking for a message of study and learning as well, because I feel like you could be under so much pressure if you are studying, if you are a student. You might be feeling so much pressure from other life situations that you're not actually able to get your assessments in on time, or just like things are sort of falling apart a little bit in other areas perhaps, or have been. But that's changing again. Like I said, while you are coming into the week with a lot of confusion and heaviness, the Queen of Swords is here to cut you free. And like I said, that could be an external person. I feel like that would be wonderful if you reached out and got that help with what you're carrying. But let's see what comes next. We've got the Star and the Queen of Cups. So this is hope coming in for you. And so the Queen of Swords, sorry, I didn't read it as though it were you. And the Queen of Swords is also that person that sees the clear, hard logic of a situation, has made that call to lock that heart in a cage, to listen to the logic, and to make a strong, assertive choice to just turn your back on the heaviness. To like, her back is on the 10 of Wands completely. It's just, I don't want to carry it anymore. You know, I'm ready to look forward. I'm ready to have a hopeful future. I'm ready to call in the things that make me feel soft and happy and connected to life, connected to joy, connected to the blessings that I know are around me. I'm just having trouble seeing them right now because everything else maybe is a little heavy and I'm stuck in something, right? That happens to everybody. We get stuck in things and we start maybe just not acknowledging the blessings that are around us, but that changes. Towards the end of this week, you start to get a lift in your energy, a lift in your heart space, and you're stepping into healing and softness with this beautiful Queen of Cups. You've made a really hard choice. You may have, if this is an addiction thing for some people, it may be like on the 3rd day, you start to get clearer now that this is out of your system, you know, that sort of thing. And you realize, oh, okay, that was really hard to go through the withdrawals, but here I am, and I'm actually feeling hopeful for the tomorrow. Tomorrow's actually going to be a better day. It really is. I can feel it. It's that, I mean, even I'm feeling it. Woo. I can't wait to show you the Oracle cards too as they came out, because they even color match. They're so just perfect for this reading and perfect for you. So yeah, the start of the week, heavy, not gonna lie, but here you are and you've got what it takes. And this could also be working, like I said, with a professional to help you make sense of some of your emotions or some of the trauma that you've experienced here, if that's the case for you. But you're also moving into this place where you can align to softness, where you can receive sweet blessings and gifts from the universe, from friends, just connecting heart to heart with people that you love, connecting to life and loving life again. That's what's coming in. By the end of the week, you're starting to find love again. I feel like you're like love in your cooking again. Like maybe you've been so caught up in stuff that you haven't even been cooking. You've just been eating out. And so it's like this energy is you getting back in the kitchen, a bit of music playing, chopping up those veggies, smelling like how good does it smell when food is being cut up, like carrots and all that, like, or lettuce, or just like the cut of fresh produce. I just love that smell. Yeah, and just cooking in the home, it's just such a good feeling, and filling the home with beautiful energy again. So meditating, dancing, just like feeling that, getting joy and love back in life. It's a slow process. You're still heavy right now, but it lightens. I can't stress that enough. It does lighten for you here. So I can't pick up cards here. In the challenge, we have got the Nine of Swords and the Devil and the Eight of Pentacles here. So this tells me that the temptation, the person, whatever this is in the devil energy, this thing that seems to control your mind and throughout all hours of the day, 8 hours a day, they're on your mind. It's that sort of thing. That's the challenge. The challenge is to, I don't want to say cliche words, but they truly are what will fit. Like, anyway, I don't want to be cliche in such a situation, but truly it's the releasing and letting yourself move through that process, letting yourself be sad, cry if you need to, those sorts of things, write it out, all of that stuff. This isn't even in the advice. Let's just talk about the challenge. We'll get to the advice. It's just that the challenge does feel so big that that I just want to jump to the advice and, don't worry about the challenge. You've got this. It's that sort of thing. Don't worry about it. You can do this. And it will get better. Like it's this whole thing, as one thing comes away, something else takes over. You replace one bad habit with another one or a better habit. 1111, just saw it. So the challenge here is to get to work, to continue your path, to feel that momentum again, to feel present in what you're doing. That is the challenge, because you're so caught up in your head that if you're a crafts person, if you do things and make things with your hands, I think it's like this sort of situation is so all consuming at times that you're probably lucky that you're good at what you do, because this is very distracting. And I think you're still producing good work though. There's still other areas of life that are good here. But anyway, sleepless nights also may be the challenge. This person coming up in your dreams may be the challenge, or this situation, like having dreams that are symbolic of what you're moving through. But to I think break the cycle as well with that 8 there is the challenge, to dedicate yourself to healing and to the new path, the different journey, to your work, to mastering something with practice over time, getting better and better and better. That's the challenge. And I think you fear your ability to overcome this devil energy. You fear being sucked back into it, or you fear not having the intelligence or the experience required, the understanding required to, as it comes up again, to overcome it. You might just doubt yourself and your ability, but that's all good. It's natural. It's very natural. Like a person, think about a smoker quitting cigarettes. They're gonna be worried that they're gonna be tempted to have another cigarette if they're out having a drink with a friend, that sort of thing. Will I smoke? That sort of stuff that comes up all the time for people, social smoking and stuff. Not that I don't think this is smoking for everyone, of course, but just to say, like, it's going to be that fear of temptation. What will help with this challenge? Now's the advice. The 5 of Cups, like I said, let it go, let it grieve, let yourself grieve, let your emotions run as they need to, move through the process, but then also spend a lot of time in your self-healing. So don't just sit there like this, noticing everything that isn't and feeling it quite deeply. Recognize what is. Start connecting back into your body, into your self-love rituals and routines. Looking after yourself with the fundamentals of good, healthy eating, things like that. But also engage with the people that love you. Engage with your community. When you're ready, it's like, you may spend your evenings very sad and releasing and purging, but in the daytime you can come out into the sun and start taking those walks if that's where you're at. Start taking that next step to get yourself back into life again, back into having fun again. Go to that event, that dance event, go do that thing, whatever it is that brings you the life back into yourself, and connecting with people that are like-minded and sort of on a similar journey to you, your soul tribe, your friends. That's what is going to help with this. So to have fun again, to connect back with pleasure. Yes, release, but also enjoy the other parts that are enjoy what is, very much. So in the further advice here, I love this. 3 major arcanas. This is huge. Just as the Chariot and the World, massive, and you couldn't get better cards in a better combination for where you're at. You really can't, because this Justice card is asking you to learn from the experiences of your past, to learn from experience here, to not think that you're ill-equipped to handle a challenge if it rises again, but rather you, drawing from your experiences from the past, you can make decisions that confidently move you forward towards the destiny you desire, the life you desire. You don't have to repeat old choices. It's also, for some people, it's a matter of engaging with legal help if that's necessary here to protect yourself, or to recoup some finances or anything like that with this situation. You might be needing to engage in a professional for assistance. You'll know if that message is for you and what that means. But it's time to move into a whole new world. It's time to level up with this beautiful World card here. It's like it really is that completion of a really big cycle. And with Justice here, it's like you're really taking that wisdom with you for what you've learned from experiences, and it's about fairness and creating balance. So in the outcome in the tarot for this reading, we have got the Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ten of Pentacles, which is completely different to how we started this reading with the Five of Pentacles, right? And the Four of Swords. These energies are absolute opposite. Four of Swords isn't even, Five of Pentacles is not even staying. Like, no, you need a bit of rest. That's still in my hand, because you probably still do need a little rest and a bit of time to really sit with everything that's happened and process things. But the Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody who is really just feeling good again and taking that a little extra time in the morning to really make themselves feel beautiful before they enter their day. The Queen of Pentacles is so regal in her pose as well. As somebody who's quite confident, they've got everything they need. And you're turning the wheel, like you're bringing in a lot of blessings and fortune and long-term success with the Ten of Pentacles. Like, no instant gratification, no more temptation to the past. This is you being grounded where you are in your power and bringing in so much abundance and fortune. The wheel turns in your favor here, given the advice taken. So the Oracle cards, which I just can't wait to get to for you, is celebrate life, make your life a celebration. And then matching the colors is pleasure, which is a bit surprising considering we start this reading with a very lackluster energy, lack of pleasure. But here we've got pleasure, and even the colors are so beautifully matching, along with another one, just for a moment, joy. Isn't that crazy? Look into all the beautiful green, that heart space clearing energy, but also all of it is about celebrating life, connecting to what is. Finding magic in the mundane, like in the cooking, you know, in the housework, in the mundane chores, in the everyday life stuff. This is literally, each one of these cards is a stop and smell the roses card. To take a little bit more time, to slow down, to really breathe through that walk and enjoy it. Hear the sound of the leaves crunching under your feet, all of that. And as I say that, the next card is release. These leaves are falling. Enjoy that sound of the leaves crunching underneath your feet. Maybe you can have a conscious intention to acknowledge those leaves as that shedding skin, as what you've released. I'm walking over that on my path. Those little playful intentions can be weaved into anything. That's the magic. That is the magic in the mundane. You play with your mind, play with your imagination. Take that beautiful walk in a beautiful place. I really feel like it's important to get in nature for you, because I feel like you're so in your head and indoors for a lot of people. Just browsing these cards briefly, it feels very, and maybe indoors, maybe you work inside, and there's just not much outside time I'm feeling here, and I think that's really, really important for you. But release as well. Release everything that doesn't serve you right now. The people, the places, the things. All of it. So the self-loving prompts to finish your reading: bounce back. Doesn't get much better, does it? Don't give up. All is not lost. Get back up and keep trying. Start saving. Having some savings behind you will make you feel more at ease. Cut your screen time, get outside. But also this could be, if you're like, your last thing before you go to sleep is like an hour or so of screen time. Maybe do something a little different, something a little rejuvenating. And it's also saying to get active too. So maybe exercise. There could be a time in your day where you're spent on the screen. You could be better spent doing something that gets your blood moving, gets that oxygen in the blood through the body. Fuck being nice. Not everyone deserves your kindness. Be nice, but not too nice. Love your single life. And that's actually, now I'm thinking to look at the bottom of the deck. Self-exploration. Peel off the false persona and get to know and find your true self. I think it's a bit of a journey to be had with self at this time. Try new things, learn new things, connect with yourself like you never have before. In different ways that you just, the weirder the better maybe. Like you're like, oh, would I try that? Try that. You won't know until you do. Ground yourself again with that beautiful daily walk. Also in yoga, get back into your body, be in your body, and get more done with a to-do list here. Maybe this to-do list doesn't have to be the mundane chores of a day. Maybe that is what's needed. Maybe make your bed needs to be on this list. Maybe more subtle things. Maybe that's where you're at. This list could also be a bit more vision board like, and some of the longer term goals too. Wherever you're at, however you feel, whatever you feel needs to be the focus for you. Whether that's in your everyday, just trying to get through a day. Is that where you're at, or are you looking a little further? So group 2, I'm going to leave it there for you beautiful people. I hope you've enjoyed this reading and it's given you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye group 2. Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this community, a family maybe, this is Jackson's selection, of course, but also from his collection. It's like a piece of agate with some different crystals on there with googly eyes. They're so sweet. So the message obviously is that of community and maybe having numerous people around you, maybe having a busy life or a full life. There's differences between these crystals, so differences between the people surrounding you. Not everyone on the same page, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Just different backgrounds, different life experiences, different levels of maturity. I just see it kind of all here. I kind of get a complication between two people on this disc as well, like two people are looking at each other, like trying to blame each other or something. That might be a message for someone, like, no, it was you, that whole thing. No, it wasn't me, it was them. That's weird and specific, but it's those two at the back that are making me think that way, because they both look at each other like, what did you do? And then this one's trying to figure out what they did. I don't know. Anyway, didn't expect that, but communities, lots involved. So let's jump into your reading, group 3. We're going to start with the past energy here. We've got the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, the Emperor, the 8 of Wands. So in the past, there's a few different types of messages, some specific and not for everyone, but we'll just cruise through them. So it's that you've decided to step up in some area of authority in your own journey here, and you've definitely called an ending to something with the 10 of Swords. You may have ended one job and started your own business, or you could have left one company and started over at another company where you're maybe making more money or in a more powerful position, a position with more authority potentially. For some people here, you may have been having some issues with family. This Emperor could represent a trouble with your father. You may be having some struggle in a relationship that's to do with a father here, or an authority masculine figure of some kind perhaps as well, where you might have needed to assert some sort of boundary. Like I see, like there's a potential squabble in that family over there. I can see that. I've never seen that before. And next time if Jackson's to choose that for a reading again, I might see something completely different. But anyway, it's like you've decided to overcome a challenge here. You've had to draw a line in the sand, and really get things moving and step back into your power here. You're calling the shots. You're the boss at this time is what I can see here. And I think you're working quite hard and things might be very busy and you might be studying as well. I just see a lot of responsibility on your plate, but you're getting it all done. You have a lot of energy to get it done. You might be someone who just seems to pull energy from nowhere to get things done. You might be having, there might still in the past have a few challenges with this ending and whatever this might be for you. You've definitely decided to level up though. This deck with the Ten of Swords shows a phoenix, which is, that rebirth energy. Eight of Wands is very magical as well. It's almost magician-like with the imagery here and the Emperor between it. That's pretty strong, pretty assertive. You're getting quite clear, you're making plans. I'm just going to mention the date because of the time of this reading is, what are we, late August? And the circled date here is the 31st of October, so that's Halloween, isn't it? That might be a significant date for you, a deadline that you're waiting for, or something, I do get the sense that some people here are waiting for something. You've liberated yourself. You're stepping into your power. So in the current energy and moving ahead, we've got the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, two very opposing energies, but we'll get through it. So it's to say that you might feel like a little bit of a fish out of water as you move in and create a couple of changes in your world that are necessary, or the changes you may have already created. It's adjusting to that may feel like a bit of a fish out of water. You may feel a little directionless at times, or that you don't have enough money, or I think it's money. I think it's you don't have enough time to get all the things done that you want to get done. There's this sense of lack of something required, right? Or just feeling a little like not sure. But the Six of Swords there, King of Swords, is that Six of Swords? Sorry, Six of Wands. I'll consider the Six of Swords now that I've said it. The Ten of Swords and the Three of Wands. So yeah, it's a matter of just enjoying yourself, enjoying what you're creating, putting yourself out there, not being afraid to show your work or to ask for that promotion if necessary. I can see potential for promotion here in the week ahead, where you felt like maybe that wasn't going to happen, but it turns out it is. That sort of message here. There might be something you're fearing is not going to work out, but it actually is, and in time you will see that. I think there's a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. I think you might even be this busy woman or man, whoever you are, directing a whole boardroom of people. Like there's clearly the whole community involved here in your reading. You might be a boss with a big company, or you could have like many children and family members that are dependent on you, or you could be the glue to a family, that sort of thing. The Three of Wands here though, it's to say that you're waiting for something to come to pass. You might be waiting for a document to come in, or an email, or you might be waiting for a message from somebody. But meanwhile, I think it's a pretty busy week ahead. Lots of work. You might be recovering from a bit of tiredness or sickness or something with that Five of Pentacles there as well. Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, tired but pushing through. I'm getting that quite a lot there. Five of Swords here as well. What's under that? The Tower. So with the Tower underneath, the Ten of Swords at the start of your reading, the Seven of Wands, there's something has been challenging, but you've ended it. It's ended, you've walked away from it. That's for sure. You step back into your power. And while things might be, the area in which you've ended something, there might be an open space in your life, and that might be a little overwhelming as well. But I can see with that diligence and focus, you're going to achieve, you're going to succeed, you're going to climb up that mountain of success here. And the King of Swords is quite logical about that plan and getting it done, ticking things off. It's very much, I'm getting an all work, no play energy actually. That's not good. Need some balance, but we'll get to that. Because I think you're like, for some of you, maybe barely holding it together. Like you've got so much on, and study and work and children and relationships and being a friend and whatever, community obligations, and life can get quite full. I want to get more on the Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands, sorry. The Five of Swords, just wanted to Temperance. That's that balance I was talking about. You're waiting for balance. Waiting for patience. That's funny. What are you waiting for? What's coming in? What's coming in for group 3? The unknown. The sun, the moon and the sun, the world. Oof. 3 of Swords is there. I can see it. So this is absolutely, you're balancing your life back out completely. It's time to put away the things that don't require your attention right now, because I think you're perhaps quite a responsible person, again, with a lot of responsibility. Temperance, the moon and the sun, right? If you've been working day and night, right, it's time to perhaps balance out your work-life schedule here a little bit. And there's certain things, I think you're waiting for something to come to light, something unknown, whether that's you're waiting on the results of something, a reply to something. It's the sun and the moon. It's like illumination of something that was once hidden, or something that was, I think something that's been out of balance is coming back into balance, and it's sort of like waiting for that. Maybe you're waiting for a holiday or a break in your work schedule or something like that. It just does feel very overwhelming. 9 of Wands. You got lots of energy for it, and you are creating something that's worth it. I see like you're invested in something that's very much worth it. There's a lot of abundance around you, even if it feels like things are very chaotic and everything's falling apart right now. And what an odd reading, and kind of tricky to read, I've got to say, but group 3s do this to me sometimes. The challenge is the 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Again, a bit of overwork. You might feel so much pressure and attachment to a situation that you're obligated to. You might also, again, like this person is just overstudying, perhaps, not giving themselves that pleasure and play in life, and a bit of a balance, a bit of a break. You might be waiting for that break. You might need to call some shots, and through the week you might actually do that, rearrange some things just to prioritize. Maybe this reading is the kick in the butt you need to prioritize a bit of softness and a bit of play, a bit of outdoor time maybe even. You might be overwhelmed with the amount of study you're taking on as well. Like it could be a very complex subject or something. You're really having to work hard to get the information, to gather the resources. And it's kind of just, overwhelming 8 of Swords there. You might be feeling quite stressed out with finances and achievement, and just like, I think it's just overstressed, 11. Overstressed about everything, whether all of it works, whatever it is whatever pressure you're putting on yourself to achieve something or finish something or to keep something going. It's like time for you to slow down a little bit here. We've got the Lovers, the 2 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles with what will help. It was that way. So it's time to make a pretty wise decision with the Lovers and the 4 of Pentacles to conserve your energy. 4 of Pentacles is often a card being a bit blocked at the heart, but it's necessary so that you can really focus and get that groundwork done, get the foundation laid, get the spring cleaning done, or whatever it is that needs to be done at a more deeper level, the hard work that's not so noticeable externally sometimes. But it's also to say that you are to focus on just perhaps one thing at a time and not spread your energy too thin. And just, it's time to stay focused on just one thing that's in front of you right now. And then do that to its fullest before you move on to the next task. I think it's time to get grounded, set some boundaries with yourself, perhaps. There could also be a house move going on for some people in this reading too. You can see that there. Or like buying a different house. You might be stressed out about the finances in regards to a really big purchase, but saving your money or getting organized is going to help, of course. Further guidance is the 8 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. I really feel like this is about finding the joy in what you do. This is someone really hard at work and they love what they're doing. She's got a beautiful smile on her face. Her attempts of the past, as I often recognize in this card, are quite wonky, but as she gets better, her craft gets more intricate. So it's about practice making perfect. But she's not rushing to any outcome, the Ten of Pentacles, right? She's just here focusing on one item at a time, one craft, one pentacle, one job, one client, whatever it is, one meal to cook, one kitchen room to clean, whatever it is. Just one at a time, ace and an ace. And enjoy doing it. Feed your love into it. I think it's about finding that softness again, return to joy. One of your oracle cards here, we'll get to that. This is about finding love in doing new things as well, trying new things and experiencing new things with yourself. Maybe even starting a new job or applying for a new job that's going to make you a lot happier in the long run. If you can see that here, there's potential for some people leaving behind a job that's not working out, doesn't feel good, changing for something else, ready to step up and take, I see here for a lot of people that you're done working with that company or whatever it is, you're ready to go and start your own business. You're ready to go and finally invest that time and energy into that business without doubting it or whatever has been blocking you in the past. Interesting reading here. So the further advice is to just enjoy new growth, enjoy getting out in the sun, enjoy exercise, enjoy eating well, dancing, pleasure, music. I think this Ace of Cups can be so many things that are enjoyment to the senses. In the outcome, you've got the Ten of Wands, no surprise. It's everything she's carrying as she comes home. She's got what has she got? The groceries, a phone, at least 3 handbags from probably 3 separate commitments, 3 of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, Knave of Cups. Is it? Yeah. So I think a part of, I felt really dizzy. Like weird. I don't know. That must be not mine. I don't normally feel that way. I just got so dizzy, and it's dissipating. So it's, perhaps your energy, you might be feeling quite dizzy by overthinking, overworking, just needing to come back into the body. Perhaps delegating some of your chores or responsibilities in the home or in work could be really beneficial if that's possible here. With the Ten of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, this is like help, this is friendship, this is compassion. And the 3 of Pentacles is actually, like, if I could associate any tarot card to this crystal, I would absolutely choose the 3 of Pentacles, because that is collaboration. It's about all different people from different walks of life coming together for a common cause or to work together on something. And so I think you're needing teamwork, and that's in the outcome. You're going to receive some sort of assistance, teamwork, or be working on something that's super creative, that really sets your heart on fire. You feel very happy with the work that you're doing, or whatever it is you're working on. It feels good. You're enjoying the reflection of your work as well. You're like really looking back on the journey so far, and things just are lighter. You've put down the 10 of Wands and you've decided to team up and make the load lighter, or you've decided to take that advice, or whatever the 3 of Pentacles is for you. You've decided to get a bit messy with the creation of life and enjoy it a little bit more, rather than being so rigid or she's got paint all over her, she's making quite a mess, but she's very happy with with the finished result, and I think you will be too. It's just a lot on. Is there the swords? Thanks, I love that so much. All right, so 7 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I just wanted a little bit more, because this reading, to me, the reading's confusing. To you, it might not be. But 7 of Pentacles is, that's your long-term investment. It takes 7 years to get fruit from an apple tree. You put that seed down and you nurture it for a long time before you start to see the results. And that, especially if you're starting your own business, if that message was for you, it takes time, it takes dedication and showing up and nurturing the soil and, planting things around it that are supportive, reaching out for networking, things like that. And Anyway, what fell down, what I'd love so much for you, is the Six of Swords and Judgment. Just the pictures alone speak so beautifully to the energy, the message you need to receive in this. You're coming from this drab energy. It's so dark, and it's like a bit of a wasteland, you know, into this place of magic and lightness and color and fairies and dreams and imagination, and such a light. And I did say earlier, the Six of Swords, I'll consider it. Well, it showed up, and it's this knowing inside of you that there should be more magic to life than this. It shouldn't be this way. It doesn't have to be so hard, or it doesn't have to be so serious, or it's time to bring that play, that joy, that creation back into the journey, and to enjoy your rituals, to enjoy your beautiful time in your sacred space, time at your altar, time in nature, just connecting to your purpose, having this realization that life can be and should be magical, and that you have what it takes to bring that in, to activate that magic in your life. Huge. Perfect. All right. So the oracle cards I have for you was falling, and this is a message when things feel like everything's falling apart, that to just let it go, to surrender, to trust that everything that is falling away or falling apart is falling apart for a reason, and there's a real need to trust the journey when you see this card. The other cards you have are Focus and Wonders. Quite beautiful. When you see the Wonders card, I rarely see this one, but it is a card to say that there is actually a lot of blessings and magic and wonders about to fill your life. Whether you're the agent of change that brings that in, or just life unfolding and according to the stars, you are going to see so much wonder in your journey. But with this card Focus coming together, I do feel like it's that streamlined focus on just one thing, creating a nice balance, staying very focused on yourself and your goals, not distracted by other people's journeys, but just your own. Comparison was a big message here for someone. I forgot that at the start. If you are comparing your journey of success or self-development or whatever, your career path, your financial status, whatever you're at, if you're comparing that to someone else, it's only going to bring you misery. And I think there's a need to not be so competitive, but just allow art to allow your life to be a piece of art, I think. But so Focus is asking that of you, to just stay focused on you, on your journey, and that you will lead to so much wonder, so many wonders. But this is also a message to say there you will receive some sort of blessings. And that Three of Wands could be something you're waiting on. Look at that, Nine of Cups. There's some wish fulfillment coming in for you. Something that you may have doubted was coming in, like I said before. The celebration, perhaps. There's something you're waiting for. It does happen. You've got Return to Joy and Happy Life. Like, come on. Return to joy. We're here to experience joy. Happy life. Live a less guarded life. Both of these cards speak to themselves and everything, speak for themselves, and everything else that's been said in this reading about stopping to smell the roses. That was actually a really strong message in another pile. You might feel drawn to another pile. It's time to really slow down, enjoy cooking dinner of an evening, not rushing to the next appointment. You can practice this mindfulness if you're driving from appointment to appointment, and that's what your life looks like. There's so many wonderful things you can do while you're driving. Mantras, affirmations, podcasts, whatever, things that just can bring you a bit of a smile or a bit of a good feeling, rather than focusing on where you've got to get to next. Being present. You are here to experience joy, and that's a question you might have been asking yourself lately. It's like, where is my fun gone, or what can I do to bring that in and enjoy life a little bit more? We've got ritual to experience the magic of life. First, you must practice it. Kind of get that here as well with the Eight of Wands. You might have been doing some manifestation rituals or practices. Get a massage. You need it. You need it, Group 3. You need to slow down and rest up a bit. Use discernment. See things for what they really are, not for what you want them to be. Exercise. Love yourself enough to exercise and enjoy the glow of good health. And set boundaries in your life. Is a great way to put yourself first, but I think with some you might need to set boundaries on yourself too. But but wherever they're necessary, like especially that earlier message, if there's a complication with the family or with a father figure, maybe you're needing to assert a boundary so that you can feel respected in your own home, or whatever's going on there. That's felt specific for someone. What else do I have for you? I think that's all I have for you, group 3, for this reading. A little confusing for me, but hopefully it made sense for you. I'm going to leave it there for you beautiful people. And yeah, hopefully it gave you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 3. Hey, group 4. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this Black Obsidian Angel, then this one is for you. And every time Jackson chooses this one, he likes to declare that this was my first crystal. And I honestly can't remember, but he says that it is, so I better believe him. And yeah, so the Obsidian Angel, obsidian is a stone to clear negative energy. It's also known to be the truth stone as well. It can bring the truth out of a dark situation. And it's also the natural glass formed from hot lava. So maybe there's been a bit of explosion or a bit of heat. But these experiences can help shape us too. So learning from experience is what I get from that today. Anyway, we're going to jump into your past energy, group 4, starting out with Justice, the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands. So at this time, you might be feeling quite stuck, and that's okay. Stick with me. We'll get through this reading. Things will turn around. So with the Justice, so we may have had some truth come to light, as the stone suggests as well. There may have been a slight, maybe a massive, a betrayal of some kind. It's something that's been very heartbreaking for you. We've got the 3 of Swords with sorrow, 5 of Pentacles with worry, but the 9 of Wands comes with the keyword strength. So I think it's time, you're ready to start learning from some choices that you perhaps have made, whether that's investing in a relationship that's not right for you anymore, or a certain habit or behavior that's sort of not serving you anymore. Maybe it's costing you a lot of money, or it's really depleting your energy, or something here has got to give. We need something new. We need a fresh balance in this energy. And I think you're ready to take the challenge, although you might be feeling without resource right now. You might be feeling a little tired and alone even. There could have been a breakup for some of you, and there could have been it could have happened in a very heartbreaking way as well. They could have definitely see that for some people here, that there's been a really, really big challenge come up, whether that's in yourself or in a relationship, and you're just wanting to rebalance your life. And I think with Justice here, it's that you're ready to create more balance and fairness, and you're ready to learn from the experience here, and maybe even seek professional help in that regard as well, whether that's legal help or a mental health professional, or anything in that sense of getting help to work through this change here. It could be financial help as well with the 5 of Pentacles. You might be feeling like you're struggling a little bit right now, and just absolutely tired, but you've got this fight inside of you still. You've got a strength inside of you that I think you underestimate sometimes. It's there, and it always comes forward when you need it to. Even if things are, no matter how dark things get, you've got this thing inside of you that 9 of Wands really shows that you never lose completely that light, that guiding light that's there. You know the truth. Whether you act on that truth or not, it's a different story, but you know it's there. So in the week ahead, current energy and moving forward, we've got the Devil, the 2 of Pentacles. We might just leave it there for a moment. The Devil and the 2 of Pentacles, the key word for 2 of Pentacles in this deck is change. So, and with the, I was thinking when I saw this combination, God, I hope we see Temperance in this reading, and it pops out next, so we'll get there. But for right now, the 2 of Pentacles and the Devil, it's like, something's got to give. It's the same as that Justice card. Something's painful here. You feel trapped. It may be an addiction cycle that you're stuck in. You're trying to break that cycle. It could be so many things, right? You know where you're stuck in life. You know where you feel powerless, but you've actually got so much more power than you realize. Like, so much more. There's for group 4 this week, I'm feeling like there's some potential things inside of you yet to be discovered that you just have no idea is actually inside there. and it's amazing. It's beautiful and it's really powerful, but it's yet to be uncovered. And these challenges you move through break us open to really reveal that what's inside of us. When we are left with seemingly little resources in the external reality, we are forced to go within to find that magic to pull us through. 444, I just see in my recording time, which is a number of grounding. You might like to look up that particular 444 number. You might like to look up numbers as they come through, because there was another number I saw here as well, a 33 or something, or a 333 maybe. I can't remember now. Numbers seem to be important in some way here. So in the week ahead, you may have a temptation come up that, especially if you're coming out of a five of Pentacles energy, a bit of worry, a bit of stress, and if something comes up that offers to take your pain away, but only momentarily, and so, like a quick fix, instant gratification stuff, see it for what it is this week. If you see that coming up, and like an addiction thing, another toke on a cigarette or whatever, another drink, or that'll make it all feel better in that moment, surely it will, yes, but long term, no. And that, and that's what I'm talking about. It's that stuff. So with the Six of Wands, next, Six of Swords, I'll read it because I said it, which is leaving behind that heavy energy and coming back into the magic, and all this chaotic journey, and just so much fog and haze, and just it feels so messy sometimes, like a thicket, and I don't even have the Six of Swords, and I'm like, I can feel it. And it's time to come into an easier time by supporting yourself, by making those choices. So Six of Wands, Temperance, and the Queen of Swords. This is you getting your power back this week. Something happens. I think for some people you could have a bit of success with your work. Something might take off online. If you work online, you might get a bit of recognition or acknowledgement from a coworker or your boss, or a relationship that's close to you. You might just feel like things are really good in a certain area of life as you bring things back into balance. Like you're going to get basically like I think many of you may have experienced this yourself, where you are perhaps on a bit of a wrong path and doing things are not healthy for yourself, and then you decide to make that shift, that change, and it's hard to do, but you gritted teeth, you go and do it, and you don't do, you abstain or whatever it is, and suddenly there's these messages and blessings and little smiles from strangers and things, coming in to say, yes, that's the right thing to do. And so pay attention to those signs this week, because that's, I think, is what's coming for you. When you abstain from something, when you overcome this challenge with the devil and choose change with the Two of Pentacles, to choose to change your priorities, you're going to be feeling really successful about it. Like you're going to get your well done, your thanks, your whatever this is. You're going to get the acknowledgement for abstaining or for overcoming that challenge with something that maybe you felt powerless to create more balance in your life. Maybe you're overworking. Maybe you're needing a better work-life schedule, and you're needing to be a bit more assertive about your time spent in different places and different people and all of it. So the Queen of Swords on the end of this week is saying, I want to get another card actually, because even though she's brilliantly in her power, I would like to see something else as well. So anyway, I'll continue on here. Recognition and acknowledgement, feeling a sense of ease and peace again, like things improving, basically. A completely different energy from this Three of Swords pain. Like you're moving into a place of healing. Maybe you're asking a professional with the Queen of Swords for help. That's actually come through a lot of readings this week, of getting professional help in an area that's needed. Maybe you're moving through domestic violence, or maybe you're moving through financial loss in a big way, or maybe you're dealing with childhood trauma, or whatever this is for you, addictions. Like this is a professional that can help you and support you in the healing journey. But also this is you taking off the mask and speaking your truth and being very clear about what you want. These swords point towards three butterflies. So it's like a clear-cut choice. Like you just don't want to be trapped anymore, and you know what you need to do to get out of that. See the Four of Cups. You don't want to be a victim anymore. The Ten of Swords. The Queen of Swords is calling it quits on something this week. The devil you know, and temperance all in this week. Like at the start, currently now you may be in the grips of temptation or addiction or something like that, but you are finishing with that. Two of Wands. Can't make this shit up. Going in a whole different directions. You're at a crossroads this week and you're ready. You know what you need to do. Five of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. It may not have mentioned that yet. This could be arguments with other people, confrontation, or it could also be that internal confrontation and struggle. Feeling, well, the key word is strife. Feeling quite conflicted inside and just, you know, not so great at times. That's all right though. In the challenge, we've got the Eight of Cups, and I knew. Sometimes you just know before the card comes out what it's going to be, and you just know. And the Eight of Cups was no exception to that. It's just like, how could any other card be here? So the challenge is walking away. The challenge is leaving it behind. Next, we have the Ten of Cups as well. The challenge in leaving it behind may be that what you're leaving behind brings you so much joy in one sense. And somehow it may bring you a great deal of satisfaction and joy, or maybe it once did. That may be the challenge, looking away from something that still may bring you some sense of joy, whether that's instant gratification type of joy or not, you know. Doesn't really matter. The point is there was something there that you may have invested a long time into. It could be a relationship you gave your all to, and it's just still trying to pick up the pieces of yourself and what's left here, and leaving that behind, something that was once a source of your happiness. For others, it may also be that while caught up in this, you're feeling like life is a little bit lackluster and that there isn't much long-term fulfillment on the cards for you. But that's not true either. It's just you're moving through some change right now that is going to make you see your own power in a certain way, and you will come to a better place. Ace of Swords and the Eight of Swords is more of that challenge, is accepting the truth that is perhaps being revealed here. I do feel that Three of Swords could definitely have to do with some dishonesty or something that's come to light. It's in the past energy, so you're already aware of it. So maybe accepting that truth, or something that you weren't quite sure on, but you're fairly certain. You know, I think it's that sort of thing. You're needing to believe the clarity that comes in. And I think that sometimes the truth, you know, there's a pretty good sayings around that, isn't there? The truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off. And that's kind of what I feel from this. That might be the case here. That might be the case. The Eight of Swords, the Devil, there's a lot of energy about being trapped and not being able to see the truth of the situation, potentially. But what will help with this challenge? Walking away from it for sure. You got that in the week ahead. You've got it. You've got it. Okay, you might not think that right now, but you do have it. But what will help with the challenge? Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Working with other people. Connecting with friends. Celebrating your small wins and how far you've come. Because this is actually an opportunity for even more growth. I really feel this is happening for me, not to me, in this particular reading. So that might be a mantra you want to use this week, especially when you're in a bit of disbelief and inability to accept the way things are currently. This is happening for me, not to me. It's happening for you, not to you. For you to learn, to grow, to acknowledge your power, to step into your power, to create the changes that are necessary for you to be where you need to get to. So Three of Cups, celebrate the small wins. You've come so far already, and this is also about celebrating with friends and connecting with friends that uplift you. It's a reunion card as well. So catching up maybe with people you've perhaps not been able to see for a while. So Three of Pentacles here, and the Eight of Pentacles. This can also be about workplaces that are fulfilling as well. Maybe you're needing to connect more with your colleagues or work together with a group of people. This can also be like groups, art groups or therapy groups, or anything where we come together. With Three of Pentacles is a collaborative art, working together with people. Eight of Pentacles is for me about diligence here and just paying attention to one thing at a time and not being distracted, but working on your masterpiece, working on your art, your job, your study, your body, your mind, your kitchen, you know, whatever, your your project. You're just working on that one at a time, and while also being open to collaboration and assistance from other people, that maybe have different experiences to you, or maybe people that have experienced what you're going through, and you can get some solid advice from them. I think there is support there for you, and the message is to utilize that support, to reach out. Further guidance, 10 of Wands, the Hanged Man and the Tower. Definitely. This is where I see it's happening for me, not to me, big time. So while you may be still carrying on to everything and feeling the weight of the world, you're advised to see things from a different perspective here and let the tower crumble. If something is falling from your life, know, see the eye here? Know that it is happening for you. It's meant to be this way. Everything is a divine happening. So, the 10 of Wands, we're putting down the heavy burden, no longer carrying that heavy burden, but getting ready to create the little changes. And those heavy changes might feel like even more of a burden. But as I see here in the cards, I think it's also about breaking a cycle and committing to a new pattern and embodying that new pattern in life, so that becomes the new habit, or that becomes the new you, or the new focus, the new ritual, the new routine, you know, the new lifestyle, whatever it might be. But with the Hanged Man, it really is a card of surrender. Surrender to the bigger picture of change that might be happening in your life. Let yourself be moved by this change. Don't resist it anymore. So in the outcome, we've got a bunch here. Those two came separate. 2 of Swords, King of Swords, and Judgment. So I see that throughout this whole reading. There's doubt here. There's fear here. There's blocked energy. There's blocked insight. You're maybe not feeling so clear at this time. But that changes here. You've got this massive awakening happening here with the King of Swords and the Judgment. See the angel's trumpet calling them onto this new path, calling them, speaking the truth. This King of Swords as well is on that very same mission. You've got Queen of Swords in the end of your week, drawing a line here with the 10 of Swords. So it's to say that once you have this massive realization, this truth come in, this clarity, and you can accept it for what it is, you're going to be able to step into your power in that moment and create the change you want to see. Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers, and commit to it. The Lovers is a choice. But you need to be aware first, and that's what's coming in. The awareness is coming in for you. That's the outcome for this reading, is you're becoming aware of the situation, of where things hold you back, what benefits you and what does not, who benefits you and who does not. All of it is here, and you're ready for the change. So interesting enough, we've got change. And again, you can't make this up. Power, right? So while things may be stormy and scary, you know, you've got a lot more power than you realize to create change at any given moment. It's up to you. It's all on you. The beautiful life you see around yourself is all your creation, and you can make it living hell, or you can make it heaven on earth. Like it's up to you here. And then with the Power card, it does speak to the fact that, you know, just even if things scare you or things look intimidating, do it anyway. You know, even if you fear and you doubt, do it anyway. You have got that power, and it's again echoed here in concealed power. Look at all the power in this reading, and I love that because the devil's here. You know, and it kind of makes, you know, nothing on this, nothing on you. That's what it feels like. Especially with Temperance after it's 6 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles with change. Like, just no, change. It's literally like those two cards are in alignment with each other. Both of them say change on them. They're both one under the other on the table here. So concealed power, give birth to the wonder of revelation. This is about you acknowledging coming to unpack, I think, coming to unravel the massive power that's inside of you. And again, this is that message I felt before. Let's see if there's something from the book here. The mantra I want to read. I have been created to create. From now on, every day, I will find something creative to do with my life. That's the mantra for this card. In your own, I'll read a little bit though. Now, where am I? I don't want to read everything, that's all, because sometimes they're quite long. You've been created with a power beyond that which you can imagine. Told you. You possess a creative potential so vast and wondrous it cannot be measured by any known standards. Know you are something more than you have been taught to believe, and that there is a higher energy available to you. It is time for you to realize the inherent power which lies dormant within you. Yeah, I think you got so much more power in this situation, and it's a matter of just like finding it, right? By challenging yourself and realizing that it's actually in there and you have got what it takes. So the other oracle card I had, this was the 3/3 one, God Speaks. I'll just read it from the book as well. You're being loved into becoming. Be open to being shown the divine genius in all that is happening. If you feel you're being nudged, know that you're being nudged by the divine. If you feel you're being held back, know that you're being held back by the divine. All is happening perfectly for you, and all will unfold in divine timing. The divine is speaking to you when you are captivated by the beauty of nature, or in an illogical sense that everything is okay. Listen. That's the divine talking to you, reassuring you that all is unfolding according to spiritual law in perfect cooperation with your own destiny. And as I said that cooperation, I was thinking of that 3 of Pentacles again. Where is it? Am I imagining that it was here? No, there it is. And I think that's and yeah, why didn't I see that before? Because I've often felt like the 3 of Cups is a co-creation with spirit energy. And this is asking, you see it now, this is really asking you to put in the work to really manifest heaven on earth for yourself in your sanctuary home or your bedroom space, or, you know, in your body, in your mind. Oh, it feels like massive, you're on the precipice of huge life-changing change. And it's good. It's hard, but it's worth it. Oh, just passion. All right, we've got level up, start small, start today, just start. The sky is the limit. And that's exactly what I just said, like heaven on earth, the sky is the limit. And it starts small. Start today, just start. Change a bad habit. We've talked about it. I won't beat you over the head with this one. But you know, anything that's not serving you, you know what it is. Set boundaries, perhaps on yourself with those things. You know, sometimes when I don't know if this helps. I don't know if it helps. It helps me anyway. Sometimes if I'm trying to get on top of something and assert a boundary with myself, like I need to go easy on the carbs or the sugar. It's better for me. I've got so many reasons why that is. So sometimes I'll write like a little circle with a cross in it or some symbol on my hand. So when I'm just like cooking for Jackson or whatever, sometimes I mindlessly pop something in your mouth. And, you know, if maybe you're going through a fast or something, sometimes a little hand symbol can help, especially if what you do that's the bad habit is with your hands, you know. That helps me anyway. Might help you, just a little symbol or something written on the hand. It's helped me so many times. Just that visual aid. Oh, no, that's right. I'm doing this now. Yeah. Anyway, glow up. Take the time to you know, feel special and beautiful in the morning. Maybe spend a little bit more time, however that is for you. I don't like to tell people how to feel beautiful. But, you know, whatever your things are that you like to do. Oils or moisturizer or makeup or brushing your hair or whatever. Or dressing nicely, or just taking that bit of slow time, not rushing out the door, but you will feel better for it. Wake up earlier. But this isn't always, I'll mention this quite often, it's not always about getting up early and just, you know, getting a great start for it, but it'll say like how you wake up. How do you set the tone for your day? What do you do first thing? How quick do you pick up a screen? Things like that. Clear your energy. On more ways than one, you might like to do some meditations surrounding clearing your energy field, your chakras. But this can also be about healthy eating and detox as well, clearing your energy in that way. Obviously very supportive, and that kind of reiterated here. This is actually the same combo that came out in a private reading the other day, which was so cool. And then came out in another group in this reading too. And it kind of like, I'll read it the same way. Because this is a toxic people. I know that says hydrate, but it's kind of like the opposite, right? One's a pure liquid and one's a bit, you know, poisonous. So make your choices in who and what you surround yourself with, and what you put into your body as well. Something toxic versus something pure that's actually going to support your system. So really it's about the choices we make this week. But also hydrate, you know, it's good for you. Lots of water. Have a cup of tea. So I think that's all I have for you here, group 4. Yep. 5 of Swords. Yeah, walk away. End it. Finish the battlefield. Finish, just, no. 5 of Swords. Defeat, maybe. 4 of Wands, completion. Yeah, it's going to be fine. You've just got to do this, and you will, and you can. And the angel is here to protect you and help you. And I think this experience is going to shape you, just like that lava. Like, it's going to shape you to be more wise and experienced and able to help guide other people through similar challenges too. So yes, I'll leave it there for you beautiful people of group 4. Hope this reading has given you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 4.